Episode 20, Highlights.
Yeah, I think 98% of podcasts or something don't last to 20 episodes, and here we are. We've made it. Mission accomplished.
He's Jewish. Make that make sense. So
It's a little orange kitty. The kitty never enters the jail cell. It just stands on its hind legs and does a little dance. You're a good kitty. Who's a good kitty? You're a good kitty.
That's another, as we keep talking about how AI is getting scary good. Voice recognition. Basically, I've heard a number of talks about how even banks use voice recognition still to authenticate online bank accounts, and very dangerous to do that because you can replicate someone's voice and it sounds just like the person. For a lot of people, so many people have been scammed out of money, their life savings with messages that they're getting, video that they're getting from a family member desperate for some money.
Judo. He's a judo master. Traditional military force. They're really just a joke.
It seems that they met that goal. That this is moving forward. The overall, if you heard the accolades from the European Union, they were like basically saying that if it wasn't for Trump, this wouldn't even be moving forward this way.
He validated Trump's claim on that matter.
Yep. The other thing that he validated is he basically said that the elections in 2020 were absolutely rigged through the mail-in voting. These other leaders aren't stupid, and Vladimir Putin isn't stupid by any means.
And worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back.
I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care where they are. If you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun, I convict someone of shooting another person with an illegal gun on a public bus in the chest, intent to kill, I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. Says you should go to college.
Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing nearly 200 arrests since the administration's takeover of the nation's capital. Those arrests include 2 homicide suspects, 17 drug traffickers, 39 illegal gun offenders, and 2 sexual predators.
So there's a social media account called Diaper Diplomacy. They're absolutely amazing. They take these videos, that is actual audio, and they overlay the video side of it with essentially baby lookalikes, AI twins of the people that are speaking. So what we were actually seeing, if you're not on a visual platform, is we're seeing a bunch of babies that look just like the people that are supposed to be referenced.
Standing in the right setting with the flags in the background,
Hilarious.
etc.
Isn't it so well done?
Excuse my language, but to that I say fuck ICE and fuck the Trump administration.
Way above Joe Biden. What is that? That's 27 points.
Sudden burst of young thieves as 24 kids take over the Chevron station in Lincoln Heights.
Just ambushed the store and ransacked it pretty much.
Owner Jerry Salib says it happened in an instant. You can see the young boys grabbing boxes full of candy, as many chips as they could carry, even cases of beer.
obviously it's being investigated as a hate crime. And it's just another in a trend of anti-Jewish incidents in America after October 7th. New FBI crime data is out from last year. Of the hate crimes, the anti-religious hate crimes that have been committed, nearly 70% were anti-Jewish, despite Jews making up just 2.4% of the population.
That was the last, I guess, string to be undone for her. And she was 10 years old at the time, maybe 12, and she ran away with another Jewish neighbor who was about the same age, eventually getting to the Netherlands and then to the UK to safety.
Yeah, and that speaks really what the situation is. That's just really what it is. And again, we've covered this in other episodes in much more detail as to all the reasons why and so forth. And now Texas has been in the news because they are redistricting, which normally is done only once every decade or so. It's done during
census.
And right now we're doing this.
Kelly is in the newsroom with all the details here. Trent.
Yeah, that's right. The North Lauderdale City Commission's move to give themselves a major pay bump has caught the attention of at least one state lawmaker who's now expressing some concern over the timing of it all.
99% of the time, that is not because the government or city or county doesn't have enough budget.
And Governor DeSantis here in Florida actually posted online that he likes a suggestion that was made by his team to actually change it. He says he thinks he's going to write an executive order to change the name of the initiative from the Florida Doge to FAFO, which, for those that know what the acronym is,
find out.
F around and find out, but it would stand for the Florida Agency for Fiscal Oversight.
You guys are not going to believe this. The President of the United States canceled NPR. What's NPR? What's NPR? The funniest show ever where all the lesbians and Jews complain about stuff? The president had it taken off the air. Who the hell does this president think he is? The government can't cancel the show. What show are they going to cancel next? It was seriously the best show.
I just want to make it clear, first of all, I'm calling from Bel Air, California, but I am originally from Philadelphia, specifically West Philadelphia. But anyway, I was actually discussing this issue with a friend of mine recently while I was in Philly. It occurred on the basketball court. At some point during the conversation, a couple of guys who were up to no good essentially started causing trouble in my neighborhood.
Finally tonight, the rescue dog and the DNA surprise.
Rufus.
This adorable shelter dog named Rufus had been part of the Rife family for 9 years.
Are you waiting for some breakfast?
He was there when Jillian and Matthew got married, the first one to greet their children, Ben and Maya, when they were born. And Rufus had some unusual abilities. He could talk.
I love you.
So when Rufus passed away suddenly in April, the family was heartbroken, especially the children. To ease their grief, they began looking at dog photos online when Maya found this image from a local senior dog shelter called Muttville.
Wow, this dog really looks like Rufus, Mom. Look at this dog. Look at this dog.
4 days later, the lookalike was adopted and home with the family, who renamed him Ziggy. They quickly noticed the similarities between Ziggy and Rufus were more than just physical.
My kids are like, oh my gosh. So they both do this. They both talk.
So they got Ziggy a DNA test. The results, stunning. Not only were Ziggy and Rufus related, Ziggy is Rufus's biological father.
It's a 1 in a million's chance of this.
Despite nearly impossible odds, somehow both father and son found their way to this loving family. Fate at its finest.
It's just the most amazing gift. I just have to believe that he ended up in our path for a reason. And I'm just glad that he gets to spend the rest of his time with us.
It was meant to be. What a story. Thanks for watching tonight.
We ain't got no troubles, no reason to complain. 'Cause here in great old Britain, we just love it when it rains. Morning. We're cozy here at home, even though it's not our own. But wait a few more years and who can say? Everything is just fine. Everything is grand. You're lucky to get the letter when you're living by the letter in this pleasant land. Everything is just fine. Everything is great. The streets can't get no cleaner, nor the rat meat any leaner. No, life is just first rate.
Everything is just fine.
These fish fingers are a steal.
Prices up a smidge.
Just 100 quid a meal.
Empty purse, but hey, could be worse if there was.
Here we go on CNN.
Very simple. I'm taking all the fluoride out of the water. I'm replacing it with Ozempic. And in 18 months, I will have the birth rate crisis in this country.
The new rule now that everyone has ChatGPT and the AI train is off and running and it's been decided that it won't be regulated, we have to be honest with ourselves about the positives and negatives. Positive, it could figure out how to cure mortality, and I could be doing this show on the moon. Your Apple Watch fitness app tells you smashed it today. The self-checkout screen says, wow, you're a super saver. On Waze, it leads you directly to your destination, and when you get there, it congratulates you.
Even as it comes to the most basic of morning routines. Look.
I think I've seen that before, but it's still funny.
Look, the full episode is over 2 hours long. You really have to watch the whole thing. To start, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And for more, watch our many clips and shorts and the entire episode 20 of the YoJoeShow podcast.